Bernie Sanders released a really good Twitter thread statement yesterday in regards to Putin and Russia and the oligarchs that I want to share with everyone. Because Bernie, as far as American elected politicians, Bernie right now is where it's at. When it comes to what's going on in Ukraine and being able to take a politician seriously in regards to Ukraine, can we really take Biden seriously? No. Can we take Hillary? Hillary was making the rounds on television the other day. Can we take her seriously? No. Can we take Condoleezza Rice seriously? No. Bernie is the anti-war guy. He's been against the wars. Now again, he's not perfect. He's voted in favor of some military actions that I disagree with. But, we got to be honest. But either way, this thread that he puts out on Russia's economic system and how Putin and the oligarchs have destroyed the Russian people, I want to read this. So, bear with me. Putin is not only an autocrat who initiated an illegal and immoral war against Ukraine, he's the leader of an oligarchic kleptocracy that's stolen billions from the Russian people. In Russia, ordinary people struggle while oligarchs make out like bandits, which they are. Incredibly, the 500 richest people in Russia with a net worth of at least 100 million now own more wealth than the bottom 99.8% of Russia's population. Now again, America has horrible wealth distribution. America is fucked up. But whatever you think about American oligarchs, and you should think a lot of negative things about them, Russia's are worse. 145 million people. This is the type of inequality that exists not just in Russia, but throughout the world. The top 0.01% in Russia has stashed over 2/3 of its wealth offshore, while the top 1% in Russia owns as much wealth offshore as the rest of the Russian population holds onshore. Globally, the rich and powerful have stashed at least $21 trillion in offshore tax havens. The hidden offshore wealth of Russia's oligarchs amounted to about 85% of Russia's GDP in 2015. While 18 million people in Russia were living in poverty last year, Russia's 120 billionaires owned $588 billion in wealth, equal to 60% of the total household wealth in Russia. Again, an absolutely brutal thread here. In 2017, it was estimated that Putin was worth $200 billion, which at the time made him wealthier than Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos combined. No one knows how much Putin is worth today, but 22 other Russian oligarchs have a combined net worth of nearly $300 billion today. That is today. That is after sanctions. Sanctions are destroying the Russian oligarchs' money that's in Russia. But again, what Bernie is pointing out here is that a lot of these offshore havens, right, are stashing money in such a way that are immune to the sanctions. They've been building up for this. Now, some of the oligarchs are a little pissed off. They thought, oh, I was going to lose 50% of my money, not 90%, right? But they have been planning for this. There's a reason why, again, Bernie Sanders says no one knows how much Putin has right now. They have been building up for this moment. They have been stashing their money. They have been building reserves. They knew that sanctions were coming. They planned for the sanctions, and they hid their money. Okay? While people in Ukraine and Russia suffer, this is my favorite tweet of the thread, Putin owns a 270-foot long super yacht that he took out of Germany before the invasion of Ukraine. Putin's yacht is equipped with a gym, a saloon, a spa, a library, and a 49-foot indoor pool that can be converted into a dance floor. Again, the description here of Bernie on Putin's yacht is great because it shows you the kind of decadent opulence that these people are living in, while the rest of their people suffer and starve. Roman Abramovich, a Russian oligarch worth $13 billion, owns the world's second largest yacht worth $600 million with its own missile detection system. He owns the English football club Chelsea, worth $2.1 billion, a $170 million mansion in the UK, and another yacht in Barcelona. Elisher Usmanov, a Russian oligarch worth over $20 billion, who owns Russia's largest iron ore company, a telecommunications company, and newspaper in Russia, holds stakes in Airbnb, Spotify, Uber, and was an early investor in Facebook. For those of you that don't know, Putin and the oligarchs took what was left of Russia after the USSR, and they turned it again into a kleptocracy. They constructed a government, right, where a select bunch of people hoard all the power and wealth, and now they are using the power and wealth to try to destroy the world and take over the planet. That's what's happening. Dmitry Mazepin, a Russian oligarch worth over $1.3 billion and a former president of a major Russian gas company, owns a Gulfstream G650 private jet that recently flew over the New York area. Mazepin recently attended a meeting with Putin and a dozen other oligarchs. Alexei Mordashov, the third richest person in Russia, worth $23 billion, owns a Bombardier Global 6000 private jet and a $500 million yacht that he has been sailing in the Seychelles region for more than 10 days. He's chilling in the middle of the ocean on his $500 million yacht, super yacht. I love the term super yacht, by the way. Ever since this invasion started, he knew the invasion was going to happen. He got on his boat and he's chilling. According to Bloomberg, at least 4 Russian-owned super yachts remained anchored in Barcelona. 2 were last parked along the Florida coast in Miami and Palm Beach. 6 Russian oligarchs and their families who hold $66.3 billion in wealth own 13 properties in New York worth $588 million, including a 75-foot wide townhouse and an $88 million penthouse. Interesting number. None of these oligarchs should be allowed to park their yachts, fly their jets, sleep in their mansions, or stash their cash offshore during the war in Ukraine. But much more must be done to stop the movement to oligarchy, not just in Russia, but all over the world. Now, more than ever, those of us who believe in democracy and justice must work together to bring working people all over the world together instead of hate and divisiveness. Let us take on the greed and ideology of the top 1% and fight for economic, social, and environmental justice. Again, this is what Bernie is like. This is his thing right here. Is making fun of rich people. He's been doing it in the United States for a long time, and I just wanted to share this thread because I think it's a good idea of showing you just the kind of freaks that are the top cats in Russia. We all hate Jeff Bezos, we all hate Elon Musk, we all hate Bill Gates, we all hate Mark Zuckerberg here in the USA, but in Russia, we need to know who to hate. And so this thread gives us a very good description of what the fuck's going on in Russia with these super yachts and the richest of the rich scumbags. So